Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome to the channel and thank you for sparing your own time out to check out my thoughts on One of Them Days. And this is a movie I didn't see upon initial release. This is a one I actually caught a few weeks later down the line, and I'm only just getting to covering here onto the channel. Reviews have pretty much been mixed and negatives for this one. A lot of people have either really loved it or a lot of people are just like, I probably wouldn't watch that again. And I know it's all about forming your own opinion, and I definitely implore all of you to do so as well if you haven't seen One of Them Days at the moment. But I just want to give my kind of quick thoughts here. This is directed by Lawrence Lamont, and this is starring Keke Palmer as Drew, and we've got Scissor as Alyssa. Essentially, the plot of One of Them Days focuses on Drew and Alyssa, who are flatmates, alright? They share an apartment. Essentially, Alyssa gives the rent money to her partner, this kind of lazy bum, good for nothing boyfriend. Anyway, he spends the money. So it turns out that they've got until 6 PM until the landlord is going to evict them from their property. And yeah, I think the premise here is pretty simple. It's kind of nice to see a comedy like this, as we don't really get many of them nowadays, and especially as growing up, I used to always love Class Act and Friday, just to give a few examples. I would watch those movies multiple times. So yeah, it's just a nice bit of change of pace. It's also nice to support a movie like this in the cinema, especially when here in the UK it hasn't really got a big release as well. And of course it's a lower budget movie, so that in mind, yeah, I was definitely kind of just intrigued when I got to this one. Now, in terms of my thoughts of One of Them Days, where do I stand upon this mixed review radar, right? Am I down here at the bottom, or am I actually up here with a lot of other people? I'm kind of more this way. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because after I got out of seeing One of Them Days, I actually found myself to have a really good time. I was smiling quite a bit. I actually chuckled quite a lot as well. I actually even had some really laugh out loud moments, especially one scene at a blood donation bank that absolutely cracked me up. This movie knows what it is. It goes for that stupid, goofy, and they just ham up the performances. It also feels as if the two leads, Keke Palmer and Scissor, had a lot of leeway in terms of dialogue, and they were able to improvise some of their lines and just banter between one another. I don't know if that is completely true or not, or maybe just how the script was written, but it honestly didn't feel as if these two characters were playing those characters that I'm talking about, and I should say the actresses, sorry. It didn't feel as if they were just playing a part. It felt kind of realistic. It felt as if these two were just bouncing off one another, and I actually really like that aspect. A lot of people have also complained about Scissor's character and making some stupid and dumb mistakes. Yeah, the character does, but to be honest, I actually wasn't annoyed by her character. I actually found her quite gullible, but also kind of entertaining at the same time. Maybe I'm an odd one out on that standpoint, but yeah, I just think that a lot of the comedy landed. There was a lot of goofy, silly elements, but this movie knew exactly what it was. It wasn't exactly trying to be super serious and then go into a stupid kind of gag a minute kind of deal, and it didn't know what it wanted to be in terms of the identity for One of Them Days. It knew exactly what it was. It didn't outstay its welcome. The movie wasn't too long. It didn't have any kind of big pacing issues or anything either. I just generally had an enjoyable time watching this one. I think Keke Palmer definitely is the best here. I mean, she's more of an established actress than, of course, Scissor, who I don't know if it's her first acting gig, I'm not really too sure, but of course she does really, really well, Keke Palmer. But again, I think Scissor holds her own as well, and all credit to the now actress as well for being able to hold her own. It's a comedy shot movie. If you're looking for absolutely beautiful cinematography, this is not a movie that's going for that. This is just a movie that's here for a silly, goofy, fun time and to entertain you for 90 minutes, and that's exactly what One of Them Days is. You might be asking me, Mike, okay, what is your negatives? Again, I think some of the comedy moments, some of them don't really land. Feel as if some of them I was I fell a little bit flat. Maybe it did need a little bit more just, getting on with the plot kind of thing, right? Instead of just kind of gagging in terms of the next comedic gag that was due to come up. But not really any big negatives, I'll be quite frank with you, because the characters don't exactly need to be fleshed out in a movie like this, because it's not trying to tell a really compelling overarching story. It's just right, okay, this is a love interest, okay, cool, There you go. Yes, you could maybe say some moments happened for the sake of just pushing a plot along, or like a side plot that's going to later lead into the main plot. Yeah, this does have that. Do the overall work in terms of a big picture? Yeah, maybe not as such. But when a movie is just like this and just kind of switch your brain off, you can kind of forgive it. So my overall score for what it is going to be between 3 and a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Have you seen this movie? Are you going to check it out? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue the discussion down there. Big shout out to all my awesome patrons who help to support the channel. You can also, from only £2 per month, link is down below in the description box. And in the meantime, if you haven't seen these videos of mine, we'll click over here, have a bit of a deep dive. Till next time, I see you guys. I'll be seeing you later.